Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're going to see what's new in Angular 14. The major change I see is that the standalone component, type forms, and these are the two major change I see. And you can also do a page title with respect to route, um, and there is enhanced developer diagnostic. This is one more major thing that I see. Okay, so we'll go over the typed forms and the standalone components. Okay. First, let us go with the standalone components. So, with the standalone components of the elements, so you don't need to include ng module. Okay, so instead you can create a standalone component and you can directly route to that component. So let's see how I'm doing it here. So let's say I've created two projects. One is with Angular 13 and another is with Angular 14. So here you can see I've just created one standalone component that utilizes the standalone equal to true. So it's able to route it through this. So I have a route which is going to the standalone component. I've also included the title which I was talking about in the first page. So you can see there is a page title that you can include directly in the route that is available in Angular 14. Okay, let's see how the application is running. Let me open the application. So here is what the application is running. So you can see that I'm in this particular route. The application is running, and you can see the title which I've given there is being populated, and you can see the external components content. So let me create one more component uh, for the demo purpose. Let me create one more. So that is like ngg component. Let me name it as mm, demo form. Okay, so this is going to be a standalone. I'll just mention this as stand alone. Okay, it's taking a while and got created. You can see that demo form is available now. So let me include this demo form. So once you create a standalone component, you can see that the standalone component is has a under the component you can see there is a standalone equal to true. This means that it includes it is a standalone component, and you can import a standalone components here as well. So even let's say I want to include some other module, I can include it here, and I can also include this standalone component in one more standalone component. Let's say I want to include the standalone component here, I can include it here. So I want to include the demo form component. Okay, ouch. Okay, so here you can see I've included the demo form component that is also a standalone component. I've included it here, and let's see about including let's say I'm going to include it here, app demo form, right? I just copy this and run it. Let's see. Sorry, let me go back. Yep, so you can see the demo form is up, and I'm able to include the standalone. These are two standalone components I have integrated, like it is just inherited inside this. Okay, let me go ahead and let's see about creating a type form. So previously we in Angular 13 we are using untyped forms. So untyped forms, we so when you are upgrading from 13 to 14, so you can upgrade it, and whatever form group or form controls you have will be converted to untyped forms. So let's say I'm creating a new form here. Let me create private untyped form group, form builder. Let me take the untyped form builder, and I'll also take the private typed form builder. Okay, so it will be a form builder. Okay, so these are the two things which I'm going to use so that I can showcase you what is type form and what is untyped form. So let's say I'm going to create a simple untyped form. So this is going to be this dot simple untyped form dot, let me increase this group. Okay, so this is going to be an untyped form, and I'm going to include a form field called name that is going to be string. Let me enclose this inside a curly brace. Okay, and it's going to have 1 2 3 4, let's say, and I don't need any validation on top of this. I'll also create one more, which is going to be a typed form. It's going to be a simple typed form, and this is also going to be having the same string. Okay, and I'm going to use the typed form builder. I've used it, and let's say now in on init, let's say I'm just getting this simple untyped form, this dot untyped form sorry, simple simple typed form. Let's say I'm getting the name dot split name dot value dot split of, let's say I'm splitting this with a comma. Okay, so as it is string, and like in typed form, it is allowing us to split it, because on string we have a split operation. But let's say I'll do the same on the untyped form. Okay, so let's say we'll convert this into a number. Okay, in untyped form I've converted it to 1 2 3 4 5, and still we didn't get any error because it's an untyped form, so the type is not strict. So let's say I'm going to do the same here, and you can see there is an error because the type doesn't match. Like that, we don't have a function called split on number. Got it? So this is the difference between the typed and untyped form. So when you have a typed form, so you can have uniform, let's say whatever the data type you have on the field will reflect throughout the API, or it will also allow make the application work correct. Okay, so like in between we'll not have a different data type for a field which we need a correct data type at the backend. Got it? So hope if you're clear with the form controls and form groups of untyped and the typed forms. So as I mentioned here, we have a strict typed form. So this is what it is, the typed forms. Simple typed form, we are using this. But when you are upgrading from 13 to 14, whatever the form builder creating, okay, so that will be upgraded to untyped forms, untyped form group and control and everything. Even the arrays will be converted to untyped form groups. So you can also convert that to strict typed form groups if you want when you are upgrading. That's up to you. And in with respect to the Angular 14 enhancement, we also have some enhancement with respect to the CDK, that you can go through the Angular website and see what is more on that. And I feel these are the major change which I see that will be helpful for us. And the main thing is the enhanced developer diagnostics. Let's see, let me see that. Let's say I'm going to use it, the enhanced tool. Let's say I'm going to create a variable called name. It's going to be a string. Let's see. Okay, and I'll just make this like this. Initialize or else. Okay, so let's say I'm good. Okay, so let me include forms module. Okay, go back here. So here you can see that I put ng model. Okay, so this is a correct way of binding the two-way binding in that box. So let's say I'm changing this back to this. So it throws in error. So the two-way binding syntax is wrong. So you have to use it like this. So this is something that will help us to identify things well ahead. So let's say I'm doing the same in um, Angular 13. So let me go copy and paste it in Angular 13. Okay, go back to Angular 13 and I'll just paste it here. And there is no variable. Let me create that variable here. Let me create it as a name equals empty string, and that should get this. And we also need to import that inside the mm, module, which is the forms module. So whereas in the standalone component, we just directly imported that inside the component itself. So let's say I'm updating this back to a wrong way of two-way binding. Okay, so there is not much of information on how it should work, but you can see here in the Angular 14 how the binding works. It explains you to update it correct in the right way. You can see here to binding the syntax parenthesis should not be. So like you will get a complete information on how to update this, but whereas in here you don't have any complete information on how to do it and what to do. So that's an improvement with respect to the Angular 14. So that's what I feel, and hope this video is helpful for you guys. Please do comment in the comment section if there is anything else that I have to cover or I missed anything, you want me to do any other video. Okay, please do comment and subscribe my video and like it. If you like it, please share it to your friends and share the knowledge.